Now this could be any colours. There you go. So we could then just stick that onto a piece of gold mirror or something, and you've got a quite nice topper. So that's another way of doing it. So that's the same as that one. That's just been done, same sort of thing, but stuck onto a piece of silver mirror, and it's just a topper. But that could be all over your card. It doesn't really matter. You can just do it how you want. Now, let's see how we're going with this now. This is the one that I did earlier. I should really wait until this dries properly before I do this technique. But if it's wrong, we'll do it again. Or I've got another one on the other side of the room so I can shoot off and get that. Not dry yet. Nearly. There's a reason why I'm drying it from the back, and you'll see why in a minute. That's near enough, it doesn't matter if it smudges. Okay, so we're now going to put that one on there. Get the gilding flakes. If this doesn't work, my production director's going to be cross at me because he's going to have to go wind it all back and we'll start all over again. But you won't see this bit if I've done that. So it's only him and me that knows that. Called Anthony, he's ever so good. Can you see what it is yet? I bet you're sitting there thinking, why didn't I think of that? These are gilding flakes for those of you who do not yet know. And I do them in... I've used them a long time. I'm supposed to get a little bit of something to rub this off, but as with everything, I shall find something on the table that will do the job just as well. Told ya. Practice doesn't always make perfect, but it doesn't have to make you improvise. Now then. Tell me that you're not impressed by that. Simple, inexpensive, but totally different. And that's just using the gilding flakes, some ordinary acrylic ink, one of Sheena Douglas's stamps, a bit of wire, and whatever just happens to be lying around. And that again, you could cut that out, you can do it as a shape, you can do what you want, but remember that gilding flakes come in many colours, so you could improvise that as much as you like. And again, it takes a good stamp, but in your case it may be a stamp you've had for years, a good stamp, and turns it into a different technique. And unless you tell people how that's done, they will not know. You do not need double-sided paper, you need single-sided. We do have the gilding flakes on our website, and I also have the magic foam, but when I do the magic foam I do put in some self-adhesive sheets and some copper wire, but you can get the gilding flakes and stuff anywhere else, and the magic foam's readily available. So so yeah, that's what that's about. So that was only a shorter video, but you can use any of your stencils. You can use your metal stencils, you can use your plastic stencils, you can use things that you've cut out yourself, you can use material, any material that you've got. If you have a particularly nice piece of, well, you've seen me use Hessian, but if you've got a particularly nice piece of fabric that's got a pattern on, try that. Put buttons on, put absolutely anything you want on, because this, when it's melted, when it's heated, sorry, not when it's melted, when it's heated it becomes a stamp. And the beauty of it is, if you have about, say maybe 8 or 10 of these, you've got double-sided, so if you've got 8 you've got 16, if you've got 10 you've got 20, and it can do so much, and you can keep it as long as you want and you can change it when you want. But like I said before, it is not stopping you doing your crafting. If you like any stamp that I've used on this and you want to use that stamp as a focus and you want to colour in with it and you want to make a picture with it, then that's still there for you to do. This enhances what you're going to do with that. And if you don't particularly like colouring in, or like me, it takes a little bit too long, and in all honesty I'm not very good at colouring in, but I love experimenting and doing different things, so that's why this is for me. But it's just fantastic. As I say, you can use buttons, you can use anything. Now when I do a next video on this magic foam, I'm going to show you how to use the A4 sheets. You have to use it differently. You're getting the same sort of effect, but you can make bigger background papers, and you can make the beauty against this and the A4 sheets of this as against the jelly plate is that once you've made your impression on a sheet you can keep it. And if you want to keep it, you particularly make yourself an A4 sheet of something. Once you've made it and once you've kept it, you've got it forever. So you can use it with ink, you can use it with paint, you can use it with anything that you like. But unlike the jelly plate where you've taken one piece off, then you have to start all over again, this is something that's going to last and last and last until you reheat it. And just bear with me one sec, I'll show you what I mean. And I've got them there. Now this, and if you don't do it the same, it's a totally different way of doing it. But this is a larger sheet, and like you can see, I've got 2 sides to it. And there is a way to do this that's different to this, because it's obviously bigger and you've got to have a different structure on it. But if you do that, you then finish up with, sorry about this, that you get a bigger sheet. And that now, in fact I'm just taking this off here, so watch for this one if you want to know how to do it. But what I'll do here, I'm just going to use the gilding flakes on this. This is one that I did earlier, and it will be a demo at some point in the not too distant future. But it should be almost dry. If it isn't, you'll see where I'm going with it. What I've done here is I am making a complete, almost A4 size background. But it doesn't have to be used as an A4 sheet. You can then die cut it, cut shapes into it, go around the outline if you so wish. It would be easy with my little scrub it thing, but I haven't got it. And I've been up and down so many times I don't get up anymore. But this is the end of a demo where you haven't seen the beginning. So it's something to look forward to. Put that back in there. It's okay now. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of tidying up to do after today. Shop's closed today, it's open tomorrow, so I'm going to have to make sure that all this lot is tidy. And me. Better not go shopping when I've been doing this. I do, and then they look at me sometimes. I forget to look in the mirror. And then I realise I'm covered in not just glitter but flakes and paint, and just imagine going into a shop like this and I forget to wash my hands. Mind you, they just look at me and think it's a shame, poor old soul. Right, now that, by any stretch of the imagination, you've not used any embossing folders, any embossing powder. So So that in itself could be the backing for a picture. This is not just about cards and things, it could be, that could go in a frame. And then you could take some of the original stamps. Again, you know, these are Stamp Ender stamps. These two, nice big Stamp Ender stamps. And I've got some with the big butterflies. Now they absolutely lend themselves to this, you know, for doing this sort of thing. But that could be a frame in a picture with one of the stamps then cut out and painted in lovely colours. But that's just my way of doing it. But you could also die cut any of that. So that's the end of a demonstration that you haven't seen yet. You've seen the end, but you haven't seen the beginning. But that's just watch out for it on the next sheets. Now, a lot of you will probably just try and do that, but it's not as easy as it looks. So I do need to do that. And I'm also going to put up a lot more, well, not a lot more, but several more YouTube videos using the UT powder with the melt pot and also with my own self-adhesive tulip topper sheets to show you how to make them into pieces of jewellery and little toppers and all sorts of things, and incorporating the metal art that I'm working on. So just keep watching this space. I'll be as quick as I can. But thank you for watching, and remember, Meryle's the name, Tuliptoppers the game. Thank you.